Hello there, and welcome. If you're one of about 3 or 4 different people that saw the guide I made last year to Syndicate Wars, you'll know that I was pretty excited about the release of Satellite Brain, because it seemed to be the first genuine Syndicate game that had been made in about 20 years. So the natural thing to do to follow up that guide seemed to be to tackle this game and do a guide for that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. As you can see, I'm starting a new game from the beginning, and just one thing I'm going to point out here. Does anybody else notice that this symbol is basically a cock and balls? Yeah, it tells you something about the developer's sense of humour. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Who doesn't like a good dick joke? So now we've chosen our username and the corporate logo. We're into the intro sequence. This is where the game tries to set the tone and a sense of time and place for its dark, grimy, neo-futuristic world, which I just skipped straight past, because it's not actually that interesting. I mean, I appreciate the fact that they didn't have the budget for like a big AAA intro sequence, but spoiler alert, all you really get is some news reports about how bad things are. So we're into the game proper now, and oh my, the graphics are a lot better than Syndicate Wars, aren't they? What a difference 20 years makes. And our first unit is the soldier, and of course he wouldn't be a soldier without the chance to shoot somebody, so we're gonna shoot this guy really, really slowly. As you can see, I'm just chipping away at his health. This guy doesn't even have armor or anything, but it takes like 3 clips to finish him off. Once we've finally done that, we're just going to go over to this control panel here so we can unlock the door. The door will close quickly, so we need to sprint by double clicking. If you just move normally, then you won't make it. In this new section, we're going to practice hiding from security cameras. We're going to do this a lot in the game. It is primarily a stealth game, which is slightly different to the old Syndicate games, which were action games. Involved a lot of shooting and so forth. In this, we're going to do the sneaky bastard thing and just hide behind the small walls. And it's always a series of small walls in stealth games, isn't it? But now that we've made it past there, we're going to set up this relay beacon. Bacon? I said relay bacon. I meant beacon. Bacon. Once we've set up our relay beacon, we get our second agent, who is the support agent, who's probably the least effective agent in the game. He's got some cool abilities like world scan and such, but I guess they had to give him something because he's not all that useful compared to the other agents, to be honest. But we do need him to open the door, because you need to use both agents at the separate control panels, as you can see there. They need to unlock them both at the same time, or the door won't open. And we need to put our agents where the mouse tells us. I'm getting ahead of myself a bit there. So, yeah, this is still the tutorial, so we just need to do what it says. But we're almost out of it now. So we just need to sneak past this guard, wait for him to move up to the boxes, and then we'll move round and go through the door. Pretty simple stuff so far. Sprint to the finish. So, Satellite Brain was developed by 5 Live Studio, an independent studio based in Australia. It was funded by a Kickstarter project. On their Kickstarter page, the lead developer, Mike Diskett, who was one of the original developers on Syndicate Wars, said that he was motivated to produce this game after playing the 2009 EA game and how terrible it was, and not anything like Syndicate. So it seemed that nobody was going to make it a genuine Syndicate game, so he thought, well, I'd best do it then. And thankfully enough, people agreed with him to give them $300,000 or something like that they managed to raise through Kickstarter, and they were able to make the game. So yay! Well done, Mike, and the rest of you. Thanks for your efforts. So, yeah, what I've done here is just use the support agent's world scan ability, which is Y on the keyboard. If you press Y, it brings up that weird computery overlay thing, and that will tell you things of interest, such as people that you can bribe or assassinate, and it will also tell you where the connections are for control panels and security cameras and things like that. You'll see a lot more of that as we go on. Another relay beacon. These beacons act as save points and also fast travel locations as well. The first thing that you should really do when you get into a new section of the city is set up all of the relay points, because then you can quickly move around the entire area without having to slog your agents over there. One thing I forgot to do here, which is why I've sent my agents back, is to equip the silencer. You can only equip new weapons and gear at a relay station. So yeah, we'll do that because we're going to assassinate somebody in the next section. Yeah. But before we do that, we need to use this zip wire thing. We don't have the zip wire hook to get across, but you can force your agents to use the zip wire anyway. But if you do that, then there's a good chance that one of them will fall off and injure himself. That always happens in the tutorial anyway. So what I'm planning to do is go through a complete guide for the whole game from beginning to end. I have played the game through to completion once already, and going through a second time to make this guide. At the end of it, I'm going to do a review of the game and put down my thoughts on what I actually think of the game. But for now, I'm just going to go through a guide, really, and look at some of the ways that you can get through the sections. I mostly try and use stealth, but there are going to be times when your agents get discovered. Not that it's a big problem, because most of the time you can just run away. The easiest way to get through this section is to go around the back of this building, turn off the security camera, and then send your agents up around the back here. And when the security guards are walking down the street, send your hacker over to unlock the control panel. One of the security guards does actually spot me here. You can tell because his flashlight turns orange, and he's also running towards me looking angry, which is a dead giveaway. It doesn't matter though, because as soon as we go through the gate, then we're into downtown proper. If you're in an area that you're not supposed to be in, then as long as your agents aren't armed, the security guards will just escort you out. Your agents will put their hands up, as you can see there, and they'll just walk out. Although it doesn't really make sense what's happening here, because my agents are already outside. So yeah, that might be just a bit of a glitch. But we've completed the tutorial now, and there's another relay station for us to set up just there. Okay, no, I think there's another policeman causing us some problems here. So right, we're just going to put an end to this by taking this guy out. And that is the end of the tutorial. I'll see you in the next video for Downtown Proper.